Hello everybody, my name is MajorCalzone, and in today's video, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of an introduction as to myself, who I am as a gamer, Halo fan, content creator, whatever. So, I got a list here of a couple questions that I think are pretty pertinent to answer that could probably use their own video, but I'm going to just talk about them here first of all. So, the very first question I have is in terms of like Halo, sprint or no sprint, and I'm gonna come right out the gate and say no. If I had an option one way or another to have it in or out, I would say no. And I say that because I genuinely think that it ruins the flow of gameplay, and this opinion has only grown stronger in the time I've spent recently playing the Master Chief Collection and experiencing these classic Halo games that don't have sprint, like CE 2, 3. I actually haven't played Reach in a very long time because I don't like the armor abilities and specifically sprint. And the same goes for like Halo 4 and Halo 5. I think that Halo gameplay has a very fine balance, and when you throw sprint into it, it kind of ruins everything, and it makes maps a lot bigger than they need to be, and yeah, just advanced movement in general I think doesn't belong in Halo. So I'm a little disappointed that it's in Halo Infinite, sprint is, but on the upside, it could potentially be for campaign only. And even if it is in the multiplayer, it's not much faster than regular walking speed, which is something that people have pointed out in other like analysis videos and stuff. So, but again, if it were up to me, I would say, fuck sprint, clamber, thrust, all that stuff. Get it out. And that leads me into my next question, which is, do I prefer the 343 or Bungie style of Halo games? That's, music, art style, story, whatever. And I gotta say that I definitely prefer the Bungie games overall, but I don't hate 343's style. There are certain things about the 343 Halo games that I genuinely enjoy, like the Master Chief, his armor in 4 and 5. I know a lot of people are like, ew, it looks terrible, but I like it. I do think the classic design is better, but the 343 design isn't exactly terrible. And plus, Halo 4 is one of my favorite Halo games in terms of its story. So I can't be too mad about that. Not a big fan of the battle rifle design, but it's alright. Thank God we're getting a classic one in Halo Infinite, at least. But I don't really hate one style or the other. That being said, I do think that Halo Infinite is doing a pretty good job of mixing both styles, kind of like Halo Wars 2 did. But we've only seen a small snippet so far of what the game has to offer. I mean, Infinite, and I think we'll have to see more as time goes on and see. Maybe my opinion will change on that. But from what we've seen so far, I think Infinite is doing a really good job of mixing new and old art styles. But yeah. So the next question I have here on my list is favorite Halo game. What is my favorite Halo game? Halo 3 is my favorite, but Halo 2 is definitely a close second. And I only say Halo 3 because I think Halo 3 is a little more graphically impressive, and I like the feel of Halo 3's like gunplay way more than Halo 2's, but Halo 2 was my favorite game growing up, and I still hold it very near and dear in my heart. So I can't ever say that I'd like Halo 3 more than Halo 2. I think objectively Halo 3 is better, which is why it kind of gets a bit of an edge, and I do find myself wanting to play Halo 3 more than Halo 2 these days, but, it is what it is. Still love Halo 2, but I think Halo 3 has to take the cake these days for my favorite Halo game. And on the flip side, what is my least favorite Halo game of all time? I'd have to say Halo 5, but I still like the game. I know the story was absolutely terrible, and a lot of people are like, ew, this game is terrible, but again, I like what it set up at the end of Halo 5 with Cortana and humanity kind of being on the ropes again. But again, the multiplayer had all the advanced movement and the sprint, and the armor customization was really bad. It just, loot boxes and all that stuff, man, it wasn't a good time, but despite the advanced movement and everything that was going on in the game, I did really enjoy playing it for a time. I did unlock everything in the rec system, and I think I'm like level 142 or something in it. I'm not going to hit 152 for Halo Infinite. I can't force myself to play Halo 5 that much, especially since I'm mostly a PC gamer these days. I don't want to sit down and play with a controller much anymore. But like I said, I don't really hate any Halo game. I love all of them. I wouldn't be a fan of the franchise if I didn't like the games. So, there's that. I still think Halo 5 is my least favorite, though. So what are some other games that I like? Other than first-person shooters, I love horror games. Specifically, I think the big three horror games for me are Amnesia, The Dark Descent, not Machine for Pigs. Machine for Pigs was awful. Slender the 8 Pages, which is, in my opinion, the greatest horror game ever created. And Outlast 1, because I'm a sucker for like abandoned insane asylums and stuff like that. And I think that game had a really good story and design. Everything about it was just great. So I might play those games at some point on the channel, just because I like doing some retro stuff every now and again, and I would love to have a playthrough of all those games on my channel. So let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in seeing something like that. Maybe around like October spooky season or something, I'll hop in and play a couple of those games, assuming I'm not playing anything newer at the time. Which kind of leads into my final question for this video is, what kinds of content will I post and what can you expect to see on this channel? I do want to say that I want to focus my content around Halo. Like, I want Halo to be kind of my main thing, but I also want to have the freedom and flexibility to talk about other shooters and specifically other games, play other games like horror games and Let's Play stuff. Including AAA games and indie games that I enjoy. I'm not one of those guys that can just sit down and play one game forever. I love Halo, and Halo will probably always be my favorite gaming franchise and my favorite games to play, but there are days where I just don't feel like playing Halo. I don't really want to talk about it. Maybe I'm feeling something else, and I want to be able to have the freedom and flexibility in my YouTube channel and just content in general to play what I want, however I want, whatever. So Halo and first-person shooters will generally be the focus of this channel because that's what I like to play more than anything else usually. But like I said, I do want to definitely sprinkle in some Let's Play style content here or there, whether I find a fun indie game to play or maybe another AAA game comes out that I wanted to do a Let's Play on or something. So I would think you can expect a nice wide variety of content on this channel, a little something for everybody. But again, I do want to stress that Halo and shooters will most likely be the center of my content, at least for the foreseeable future. You can't really say what tomorrow will bring or how I'll feel a certain day, but yeah. So there's that. I also do have my Twitch channel that I will occasionally stream to. That's linked down below. I don't really want to give like a set schedule for videos or streaming. I've tried that before in the past, and I found that all it really does is stress me out and make it harder for me to make content, and then I give up and I don't do anything. So I'm not really going to say a set schedule in terms of streaming or video output. If you want something, like an idea of when I'll be uploading, I will say that there should be at least one video a month. Probably more than one video a month, maybe 2 or 3. But I doubt I'll ever be a daily uploading channel, obviously, unless this whole thing kind of blows up and it starts to become the potential to make money and become a job. Then I'm going to put more effort into it. But for now, YouTube is just kind of a hobby that I like to do and have fun with. So I don't want to take it too seriously and then have set schedules for content and stuff like that. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about me in this video. If you have any other questions, don't be afraid to sound off in the comments below. I will try my best to reply to any comments that have serious questions and maybe even a couple trolley questions. Don't expect a serious answer, though, if you ask a trolley question. You'll probably get a trolley answer back. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like on it if you did, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. My name is MajorCalzone, and peace out, everyone.